A Bridge Against the Odds, The Legend of the Golden Gate. The story of the Golden Gate Bridge is not simply the story of a structure made of steel and concrete. It is the story of human persistence, imagination, and faith in the idea that even the most daunting natural barriers can be overcome when vision meets determination. Rising between the Pacific Ocean and San Francisco Bay, the bridge has come to symbolize far more than a means of transportation. It represents a moment in history when bold ideas refused to yield to fear, economic hardship, or skepticism, and when engineering became a form of storytelling written across the landscape itself. Long before the bridge existed, the stretch of water now known as the Golden Gate was both a gateway and an obstacle. This narrow strait connects the vast Pacific Ocean to the sheltered waters of San Francisco Bay, and for centuries it shaped the destiny of the region. Indigenous peoples navigated its currents in small boats, while later explorers marveled at its fog, winds, and powerful tides. When the California Gold Rush erupted in 1848, San Francisco transformed almost overnight into a small settlement into a booming city. Ships poured into the bay, carrying fortune seekers from around the world. Yet, even as the city grew in wealth and population, the Golden Gate itself remained uncrossed by any permanent structure. Ferries were the only reliable link between San Francisco and the counties to the north, and they were at the mercy of weather, fog, and rough seas. As the early 20th century approached, the limitations of ferry travel became increasingly apparent. The city was expanding rapidly, automobiles were becoming common, and economic ties between San Francisco and the surrounding regions were tightening. Each day, thousands of people waited for ferries, and delays were frequent. Business leaders, engineers, and civic planners began to imagine a bold solution, a bridge spanning the Golden Gate Strait. It was an idea that inspired excitement and disbelief in equal measure. The waters were deep, the currents strong, the winds fierce, and the fog legendary. Many experts declared such a bridge impossible, or at least impractical. The cost alone seemed prohibitive, and the engineering challenges unprecedented. Yet, visionary ideas often begin as unpopular ones. Among those who believed the bridge could be built was engineer Joseph Strauss. Contrary to popular belief, Strauss was not the principal designer of the bridge's final form, but he was its most passionate advocate in the early years. He dedicated himself to convincing the public, politicians, and financiers that the project was not only feasible, but essential for the future of the region. Strauss traveled, lectured, wrote, and argued tirelessly. He faced opposition from ferry companies that feared losing their business, from military officials concerned about navigation, and from citizens worried about cost and safety. Still, he persisted, driven by the conviction that progress required courage. The path from idea to reality was neither quick nor smooth. Planning the bridge required assembling a team of exceptional minds. Engineers, architects, and designers transformed Strauss's early concepts into a structure that was both strong and elegant. Among them were Leon Moisseiff, whose understanding of suspension bridge theory influenced the final design, and architect Irving Morrow, who shaped the bridge's visual identity. Morrow's contributions were especially significant, even if they were not fully appreciated at the time. He proposed the Art Deco elements that give the bridge its distinctive towers and clean lines, and he advocated for the now famous color known as International Orange. Originally intended as a temporary primer, the color proved so visually striking against the fog and sky that it became permanent, enhancing both aesthetics and visibility. Financing the bridge posed another formidable challenge. The estimated cost of construction was around $35 million, an enormous sum during an era when public works were closely scrutinized. When the Great Depression struck in 1929, many assumed the project would be abandoned. Unemployment soared, banks failed, and public confidence wavered. Under these conditions, convincing investors to support a massive infrastructure project seemed nearly impossible. Yet the bridge's proponents argued that construction would provide jobs and stimulate the local economy. Bonds were issued to fund the project, but initial interest was weak. It was only when the Bank of America stepped in to purchase the bonds that the project finally gained the financial backing it needed. Construction began in 1933, marking the start of an extraordinary engineering endeavor. Workers faced constant danger. The Golden Gate Strait is notorious for its strong currents and unpredictable weather, and building a suspension bridge in such an environment required innovative techniques. Towers had to be anchored deep into the seabed, often under challenging conditions. Massive cables, each composed of thousands of individual steel wires, were spun into place with remarkable precision. At the time, cable spinning on this scale was a rare and complex process, demanding both technical expertise and physical endurance. Safety was a central concern throughout construction, and in this regard, the Golden Gate Bridge set new standards. Joseph Strauss insisted on measures that were considered radical for the era. Most notably, a large safety net was installed beneath the bridge deck, designed to catch workers who might fall. This net saved 19 men, who became known as the Halfway to Hell Club, a name that reflected both dark humor and genuine gratitude. Despite these precautions, construction was not without tragedy. 11 men lost their lives, a number significantly lower than industry norms at the time, but still a sobering reminder of the risks involved. As the bridge took shape, it became a symbol of hope during a bleak period in American history. Newspapers reported on its progress, and photographs captured its towers rising above the fog. For many, the bridge represented more than infrastructure. It was a statement that progress could continue even in times of hardship. Workers took pride in their role, knowing they were contributing to something that would endure long after the Depression had passed. The bridge's construction site became a place where engineering met human resilience, where steel and sweat combined to create a landmark. In 1937, after 4 years of intense labor, the Golden Gate Bridge was completed. The celebration was celebrated with great enthusiasm. On May 27th, a pedestrian day allowed people to walk across the bridge before it opened to vehicles. An estimated 200,000 people crossed on foot, marveling at the views and the sheer scale of the structure. The following day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt officially opened the bridge to traffic via a telegraph signal from Washington, D.C. The moment marked the culmination of years of struggle, debate, and innovation. At the time of its completion, the Golden Gate Bridge was the longest suspension bridge in the world, with a main span of 4,200 feet. Its towers rose 746 feet above the water, making them taller than any building in San Francisco at the time. These statistics alone would have secured the bridge a place in engineering history, but its impact extended far beyond numbers. The bridge transformed transportation in the region, reducing travel time and integrating communities on both sides of the strait. Economic activity flourished, and the bridge quickly became an essential artery of daily life. Over the decades that followed, the Golden Gate Bridge evolved from a functional structure into a global icon. Its image appeared in films, photographs, paintings, and postcards, becoming synonymous with San Francisco itself. The bridge's relationship with the city is deeply intertwined. Just as New York is often represented by the Statue of Liberty or the skyline of Manhattan, San Francisco is almost inseparable from the silhouette of the Golden Gate Bridge. Tourists from around the world travel to see it, to walk or cycle across it, and to photograph it emerging from the fog. These visual moments have inspired countless artists and storytellers, reinforcing the bridge's status as a symbol of beauty and mystery. Yet fame brings challenges as well as admiration. The Golden Gate Bridge has required constant maintenance to withstand the harsh marine environment. Salt air, wind, and heavy traffic take their toll, demanding ongoing efforts to preserve the structure. Over the years, the bridge has undergone numerous upgrades, including seismic retrofitting to improve its ability to withstand earthquakes. These projects reflect a broader truth about great works of engineering. They are never truly finished. Instead, they require continuous care, adaptation, and respect for both their original design and modern standards of safety. The bridge has also been the site of more somber stories. Its height and accessibility have made it a location associated with suicide, casting a shadow over its otherwise inspiring narrative. In response, authorities and community members have worked to address this issue through prevention efforts, including the installation of a suicide deterrent net and increased support services. These measures reflect a recognition that iconic structures carry social responsibilities as well as symbolic meaning. The bridge, in this sense, mirrors the complexities of the human experience it represents, encompassing triumph, beauty, and tragedy. Despite these challenges, the Golden Gate Bridge continues to stand as a testament to what can be achieved when imagination is matched by perseverance. It remains a vital part of the Bay Area's transportation